What's good, y'all? Just a quick message for y'all, real quick, before I start my day. It's out here raining. It's been raining every day, making me sleepy and everything. But I got some things to handle today, and I just wanted to drop a video for y'all, real quick. Um, I just wanted to remind you that your gifts are what make room for you. Your gifts are what make room for you. I think one of the things that stops people from, you know, embracing their gift or walking in their purpose or just taking that next step into what it is that they're supposed to be doing in this lifetime is comparison. And what I've learned in my life so far is that comparison can be an extremely deceitful thing. I say that because when you get to comparing yourself with other people and wishing that you had what they had, and wishing that you were able to do what they do, and all of those things, over time you begin to overlook the great things that you have within inside of you. You begin to overlook the gifts that you have within inside of you. You see what I'm saying? I know that I used to, for a long time, and it took me years. It took me years to be able to understand this and to break free from this. But I used to compare myself a lot with other people because I would see, the attention that they would get, and, whether even a person who had a lot of friends, I'm like, man, I ain't got that many friends, and like, you know, I used to compare myself with other people to the point where I overlooked the greatness within inside of me, to where I wasn't able to see that I had my own gifts. So when they say that your gifts will make room for you, it's simply because whatever it is that you have to bring to the world's or the universe's table, because we all bring something, whatever it is that you have to bring to the world or the universe's table is something that no one else can deliver in the way that you do. It's something that no one else can carry it the way that you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have 1,000 people doing the same thing that you're doing, but guess what? You're all going to stand out because you're all going to deliver it different. You know what I'm saying? You're all going to present it different. It'll never be quite the same. It might be some similarities, but it will never be quite the same. And I think a lot of times when people begin to compare themselves with others, they begin to look at the fact that, you know, what I have to bring to the table isn't loud enough. What I have to bring to the table hasn't attracted enough people. What I have to bring to the table, you know, is more behind the scenes. And then when what you have to bring to the table, if your gift is more behind the scenes, then you start thinking about, like, dang, if it's behind the scenes, or people gonna even notice it, or am I even going to, accomplish anything because I'm more behind the scenes? And that's not true. All that is a lot of self-negative talk that's going on inside your head because you've been comparing. And now with, social media nowadays, you see everybody and their mama posting everything about their life, all their successes, all the money they make, and you got people that wear a lot of bling and all that, like, and that's probably something that works for them. You see what I'm saying? It's okay if you're not as flashy. It's okay if you're not as loud or as boastful, because at the end of the day, the gifts that you have within inside of you is going to attract the people that it's supposed to. That's why you don't need to compare nothing. You don't need to compare. And it took me a long time to understand that. A very long time to understand that, where once I became older and became wiser, I realized that I was standing in my own way because I was busy comparing. You see what I'm saying? It's not always about you comparing yourself. It's what can you bring? What do you have? Because like I said a few minutes ago, like, even if you had 1,000 people doing the same thing that you're doing, it may not deliver to everybody else in the way that it should. You see what I'm saying? That's okay. It don't mean that you know, what you have is less than, or is, you know, it's not as good, or it's not as great. We live in a world full of all kinds of different people, different ethnic backgrounds, and different mindsets and different perspectives. And so it doesn't make what you have to bring to the table less than, just because these group of people couldn't embrace what you brought to the table. You feel me? Maybe and hopefully they'll go to the other, you know, people out of the thousand people and find somebody that can, you know, deliver to them in a way that they feel like they need. You see what I'm saying? So you got to get out this mind frame of comparing yourself, and, you know, and for me it tapped into, you know, a lot of people out here competing and stuff like that, and I don't do none of that. Like, the only person I compete with is me. And it wasn't until I understood this and realized this, that every day I wake up and I look in the mirror, it is me versus me. And I say that when I'm brushing my teeth and all that, Jarabica, is you versus you. Lenine, it's you versus you. I don't worry about what somebody doing on the left of me, the right of me, behind me, or hell, even in front of me. I know through my experiences that everything that I've gained, from the money that I've earned to the certificates I got, like, it's because I made sure that I was better than myself yet than I was yesterday. Every day I wake up, I make sure I do something better. I go a little harder than I did yesterday. You see what I'm saying? And that's all it takes. But I understand that my gifts are my gifts. And you cheat yourself out of having a wonderful life when you can't embrace them in the way that you should, because you're too busy comparing yourself. It's just like our, you know, our fingerprints. Don't nobody, that the fingerprints that you have, don't nobody have them fingerprints like you. The snowflakes. They say all the snow that be falling, it's only one type of flake. Like, it's not, you know, multiple of the same flake. It's different. You see what I'm saying? And that's how it is. But it doesn't make you less than. It doesn't make you, you know, less than who you really are. It's not about, like, yeah, we out here and we live in this life and we try to be the best we can. You know, you try to be as great as you can be, but at the end of the day, it's never really about being the best or greater than anyone else. What I've learned in this life is that every day you try to grow. You know what I'm saying? You educate yourself, whether it's reading books or, you know, um, whatever, taking classes or whatever the case may be. The purpose, one of the main purpose in your life, is to grow as a person. It's not to dwell on your past, it's not to dwell on your past mistakes and everything like that. Is, how can I be a better me today than I was yesterday? I showed up yesterday, but what can I do more today that I didn't do yesterday? And that's how I look at life. That's why I don't get caught up in comparing myself to others anymore, or feeling like there's some type of competition. The only competition I have is within myself. And I overcame a lot of shit because I understood that. The more wise you get in this lifetime, you begin to understand that a lot of things that we feel like matters don't even matter. We make a big deal out of a lot of shit that it's not even a big deal. It's just that time, sometimes, depending on the circumstance and shit, it may make us uncomfortable. It may make you feel some type of way. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Your gifts make room for you. And if you don't stop comparing yourself to other people, you can acknowledge other people. You can admire, you know, what other people do with their lives and stuff like that. But you have your own gifts. And you have your own gifts to the point where you will stand out too. You see what I'm saying? Your gifts is not meant to be able to touch everybody on this planet. Your message isn't supposed to reach everybody on this planet. It don't matter how good you are at what you do. If somebody's, because of somebody's perspective and what they're going through, if it ain't reaching them, it's just not going to reach them. It don't mean you should stop or ignore what it is that you're supposed to be doing because of that. You see what I'm saying? Your gifts make you stand out. Your gifts create room for you. It's plenty of room for you just because of the gifts that you have within inside of you. You just gotta take the time to embrace it and stop worrying about what other people doing and how they doing it. You feel me? That's one of the reasons why it took me so long to start making video content. I don't have the best video content. Like, I've been in my damn car. This is a different car. I've always been in the car. I've been outside when I'm taking my walks. I don't have the words and shit, and I haven't edited to where, you can see the words when I'm speaking, and I don't have this pretty ass background. But what I do know about what I do, despite how plain it may look, is the fact that it touches the lives of other people. I've helped a lot of people doing just this. You see what I'm saying? It crossed my mind to, you know, have a nice background and all this extra shit. It has plenty of times. But when I've had people hit me up in my inbox and, people reach out to me and they really need me. And it took me a long time to even embrace that because I'm like, dang, it's a whole lot of other there. I was comparing myself. There's a whole lot of other people that, they speak better than me and da da da, like, you know what I mean? Like, but Spirit always reminds me that that ain't the point. What you said, how you said it, how you delivered it, it touched that person. So they gonna flock to you. You see what I'm saying? So I just wanted to encourage y'all to keep y'all head up and to understand that your gifts make room for you. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Because the truth of the matter is, you will never be like them and they will never be like you. I love y'all.